Facebook Marketplace is the only place on planet Earth where you could find some of the most rare antiques known to man. Or it's a scammer's wet dream as you trick some old lady to buy your $20 kitchen set for $300. But you aren't here to buy kitchen sets or toys. You're here to buy cool used cars because you don't want to go to the dealership and pay a car note, so you'd rather go to some stranger's house. Well, here's a step-by-step guide for you to not only keep yourself safe, but to also keep yourself from getting scammed. Step 1. Do your research. No matter what kind of car you want, there's going to be something wrong with it, especially if it's a used car. So research forums and articles about the issues that the car you will want might have. And also, take note of how much those issues will cost to fix if you're going to a shop, or if you're gonna fix it yourself, keep in mind how much the parts will be, as well as what parts you need to fix whatever the issue is. The last thing you want to do is dump all your money into a car that has nothing but problems. We will also be talking about inspecting the car to find potential problems in a bit, which will save you some money. Step 2 is to message the seller. Here you will have to learn how to negotiate. If you cannot negotiate, either find someone who can teach you how, or look up tips on negotiating on the internet. Here's a big tip I have for you for negotiating. Compromise. If you're stuck on a price and won't budge, and someone else is stuck on a price and won't budge, one of the best things you can really do is meet in the middle somewhere. And if he still won't budge, even after presenting a compromise, walk away. You hold the power here, and while the seller might find someone else to sell the car to, you won't be the sucker that he sells it to. Step 3. Find a place to meet with the seller and see the car in person. When you go to a grocery store, you want to see what you buy before, getting it, right? With cars, it's no different. You'll want to check the condition of the car, as this will probably be the biggest factor in your decision on whether to purchase it or not. Before you even go in person, ask the seller to send you screenshots or pictures of whatnot of the car's maintenance history, as well as any modifications that have been done to it. I promise you, it will save you a lot of headaches in the future. But if you see all that and you still decided that you want to go see the car, then you go over the car with a fine-tooth comb. Check every button, every gap, every nook and cranny of the car to make sure it's in tip-top shape. And if not that, at least acceptable shape. If it looks like this, don't even bother with it unless you have a lot of time and money to work on the car. As far as meeting places, a lot of sellers will probably want you to come over to their houses. Understandably, not everyone is comfortable going to a stranger's house alone. So if you can, bring a friend, a family member, or a mechanic who is certified and can also look over the car with you. And if you have to go alone, leave any money and personal belongings with you in the car, just in case they try to rob you. You won't have that stuff on you. And it also might be best to have some sort of weapon on you. Honestly, you might not even need it, but I say it's better to be safe than sorry. If you met the seller and looked at the car and everything seems to check out, then you're clear to sign any necessary paperwork, pay the price that was agreed upon prior to meeting up, take the title, transfer it to your name, and pat yourself on the back because you just successfully bought your first project car from the one place in the world where you can buy a private jet and chocolate chip cookies in the same feed. And while I'm at it, I made a video detailing the best project cars, that I'll just tell you 4 of them right now off the top of my head. If you're into JDM, you really can't go wrong with a 350 or 370Z. Rear-wheel drive V6 with about 300 horsepower. You can get these sliding pretty much as soon as you get one. Just keep in mind that these are smaller cars, so if you're a big guy or a tall guy, you may have issues with fit. If you want that American muscle, you could go with a Mustang, or even better, a Ford Crown Victoria, which is pretty much a Mustang with 4 doors. I don't need to say much about Mustangs. Rear-wheel drive V8 with about 300 horsepower. Easy to work on, abundant, and cheap. It's the same with the Crown Vic. Rear-wheel drive V8 with about 230 horsepower, reliable as hell because they were used by the police, and also abundant and cheap. If you're into more foreign cars, I'd personally recommend the LS400, a 4-door Japanese V8, super luxurious interior, but they are older cars, so more maintenance might be required than if you were to get a newer car. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. More coming soon. Peace out.